Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
You know, I feel like we've all had that modern fantasy. It usually hits around, what, like 2.0 a.m.?
Oh, absolutely. The late night spiral.
Right. You're staring at the ceiling, your mind is just racing, and you're lying there wondering why you're still trading your time for a salary. And the fantasy basically goes like this. What if you could just type a single magical sentence into your computer, close your laptop, go to sleep, and then wake up to a fully functioning, highly profitable online business?
Just pure automated entrepreneurship.
Exactly. No late nights fighting with website code, no agonizing over product descriptions, just a business running quietly in the background.
And the tech world is really leaning into that dream harder than ever right now. I mean, your feeds are probably flooded with these incredibly polished viral videos showing exactly that.
Oh yeah, I see them constantly.
Right. Someone types a prompt and a digital empire just sort of spins up out of thin air. It looks like magic.
It really does.
Yeah.
And that feeling of magic is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at a massive new report that just dropped today, May 5th, 2026, in the AI World Journal.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating read.
It really is. It's titled, From Prompt to Profit, AI Agents Run Entire Businesses While You Sleep. And reading through this research, you really get this sense that we are standing on the edge of a fundamental shift in how commerce actually operates.
We really are. But our mission for you on this deep dive is to cut right through that viral noise.
Yes.
We want to separate those slick, carefully edited tech demos from the messy, highly complex reality of what it actually takes to run a business driven by artificial intelligence.
Because it is messy.
It's incredibly messy. Surviving and actually making a profit in this new era of automated e-commerce requires an entirely different set of skills than just, hitting enter and walking away.
It's so true. Okay, let's look at the actual mechanics of the pitch first, because it is disarmingly simple. The report outlines this scenario where you basically open a chat window and you type, build me a Shopify store for minimalist desk lamps, targeting remote workers at a mid-range price point.
A very standard prompt.
Right. And within a few hours, an AI agent takes that single instruction and builds the entire business.
But I think we need to define what an agent actually is here, because it's not just a chatbot spitting out text, is it?
No, not at all. And what's fascinating here is the leap from generation to execution. So a standard language model just writes things. An AI agent, on the other hand, is software equipped with a reasoning engine.
Okay.
It can break a massive goal into smaller steps and then actually act on them using APIs.
And for those who might not be deep in the dev world, think of an API, an application programming interface, as basically a digital nervous system.
Exactly. It's the hidden language that allows two completely different pieces of software to talk to each other. All right, so the agent uses an API to log into a domain registry and actually buy your website name.
Yep. And then it uses another API to search Alibaba for suppliers. It connects to Shopify's API to build the actual storefront and, Stripe's API to set up the bank transfers.
Okay, let's unpack this, because setting it up is one thing. That's impressive, sure. But the real hook of this report is the always-on operator aspect.
Right, the idea that it never sleeps.
Exactly. Once the store is live, this agent doesn't stop. It's managing customer service refunds, it's tracking global shipping delays, it's emailing suppliers for bulk pricing discounts all while you are asleep.
But, and this is a massive but, the report places a huge flashing warning sign over all of this.
Oh yeah, they do not hold back on the risks.
No, they don't, because these agents are built on large language models, or LLMs,
Yeah.
and LLMs are inherently prone to hallucinations.
Right, and we have to understand why that hallucination happens to really grasp the risk here. Because an LLM doesn't know facts the way a human or a traditional database does.
Exactly. It is, at its core, an incredibly advanced predictive text engine. It has ingested trillions of words from the internet, and it is mathematically guessing the next most likely word in a sequence.
So if the agent is drafting a customer service reply about, say, a broken desk lamp, its neural network knows that on most e-commerce websites, the phrase "we offer a" is usually followed by 30-day money-back guarantee.
Yep. So it just inserts a 30-day money-back guarantee right into the email.
Even if your specific store strictly enforces a no returns policy.
Exactly. The AI isn't maliciously lying. It doesn't know it's lying. It's just confidently predicting what a normal business would say in that context.
It's wild. And the report had some crazy examples of this.
Oh, totally. The agent will even invent a completely fabricated return shipping address, format it beautifully, and send it to an angry customer, all with absolute certainty.
Wow.
Or, as the report documented, it will reach out to a real supplier to negotiate a bulk order, but completely hallucinate the email address and phone number of the contact person.
Just because the real details weren't easily available in its trading data, so it just made them up.
Exactly. It just fills in the blanks.
I look at the mechanics of this, and my analogy is that building a business with an AI agent is like setting up a massive line of dominoes blindfolded.
That's a great way to put it.
Right, because the agent is incredibly fast at standing those dominoes up.
Yeah.
But if just one domino is facing the wrong way, like a mismatched API key, a hallucinated supplier email, a fabricated return policy, you don't realize the mistake until you knock that first domino over.
And then the whole chain completely stops halfway through.
Exactly.
And that blindfolded speed is where the productivity gains actually become a huge liability.
Right.
You might save 40 hours building the store, but you will spend 80 hours doing forensic damage control, trying to figure out why a supplier never got your automated order, only to discover the AI hallucinated their entire corporate directory.
Unbelievable. So how does that blindfolded domino setup actually play out when real money is on the line? Because the report tracks a founder who tested this with a niche brand, and they call it the baguette test.
Yes, the baguette test. This
Yeah.
is such a perfect case study.
It really is. So this founder typed in a prompt to create a novelty kitchenware company. And the AI agent immediately went to work analyzing short-form video platforms.
Looking for trends.
Exactly. And it noticed that cottagecore, this very rustic, romanticized rural aesthetic, was trending heavily.
And the reasoning engine at work there is genuinely impressive. I mean, it connected a vague kitchenware prompt to a real-time cultural trend and then translated that into actual product sourcing.
Yeah, it found candidate suppliers for cutting boards shaped like actual baguettes, bread pillow hybrids for dining chairs,
Yeah.
vintage French-themed tea towels. It was so specific.
It really was.
It built a rustic, visually stunning storefront. It configured the payment processing. It drafted and scheduled an entire launch week of promotional emails. And the store successfully launched and started taking orders.
Right. And tech demos usually end right there. The confetti drops on the screen, the store is live, and the founder looks like an absolute genius.
Cue the viral tweet thread.
Exactly. But the report digs into the hidden sabotage that occurs when an AI tries to navigate the constraints of the physical world.
Okay, yes, let's get into the sabotage.
Yeah.
Because this is where it falls apart.
So, for example, the agent selected a supplier for those bread pillows. But the AI doesn't inherently understand the physical reality of warehouse storage or start capital.
Right.
It just saw a low per-unit price and signed a preliminary agreement. It entirely failed to flag that the supplier's minimum order quantity, the MOQ, was 10,000 units.
Wait, 10,000 giant bread pillows.
Yes.
A completely unworkable number for a bootstrap launch. Where do you even put them?
Exactly. And it gets sneakier than that. The AI wrote a beautifully poetic product description for those bread pillows. But to make the copy flow better and sound more luxurious, it subtly overstated the dimensions.
Oh, no.
Yeah, claiming the pillow was a plush, oversized 2-foot cushion.
And it definitely wasn't 2 feet.
Not even close. The AI prioritized high-converting persuasive language over factual product dimensions. It wasn't constrained by a hard parameter, so it just optimized for the sale.
Wow. And furthermore, it automatically sent out that beautifully drafted promotional email sequence. But the 20% off discount codes it generated and embedded in the text.
They were never actually configured in the Shopify
Oh,
back.
yeah, set up. So they were sending fake promo codes to real people. And as the founder, you are entirely detached from this process. You might not catch that the bread pillow is 2 inches smaller than advertised until the furious customer reviews start rolling in.
By then, it's too late.
Way too late. And you won't know the discount codes are broken until your inbox is flooded with angry emails from people trying to check out, and the code keeps failing.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is the reality of automated commerce. None of these errors, a botched MOQ, an exaggerated dimension, a broken code, none of them are completely catastrophic in isolation.
But you can fix a broken code.
Exactly, but collectively they act as a massive drag coefficient on your business. They erode your profit margins, they destroy customer trust before you even establish a brand, and they generate this massive wave of operational headaches.
Yeah, you end up working incredibly hard, but instead of building value, you are functioning as a full-time crisis manager for a robot.
Which fundamentally changes the definition of what a business owner actually does in this era.
It totally does. If the AI is doing the heavy lifting of building and making all these subtle, sneaky errors along the way, you can't just be the person laying the bricks anymore. The report outlines a transition to a practitioner.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
It sounds reassuring to investors and customers.
Yeah, it's a great buzzword.
But the report stresses that a true human-in-the-loop process is exhausting. It requires setting incredibly rigid operational parameters before the agent is allowed to act. It means proactively auditing decisions, looking for the absence of errors rather than just reacting to complaints.
And it requires you to actually know what you're doing.
Exactly.
If the AI drafts a marketing campaign for a dietary supplement, and you don't possess the domain expertise to know that you can't legally make certain health claims in the European market well, your review process is totally useless. The AI hits send, and you land in massive legal trouble because you didn't know enough to spot the regulatory miss.
The most successful founders highlighted in the report don't treat the AI as a magic wand. They treat it as a highly capable, incredibly fast, but entirely literal-minded operator that requires constant, educated supervision.
Even with that required vigilance, though, accepting that you have to be this incredibly disciplined editor-in-chief, the leverage here is just staggering. It fundamentally changes the math in starting a business.
The output per human is just unprecedented.
Right. The floor has been permanently raised for what a solo operator can achieve. So let's zoom out to the macro impact, the broader business ecosystem. Because a solo founder with a well-tuned AI stack can execute the workload of a 10-person agency. There are no payroll costs for the agent's labor. There are no time zone constraints or sleep requirements. There are no human burnout cycles limiting how fast you can iterate. I mean, if your cottagecore baguette store fails, you can pivot the product range, redesign the storefront, and relaunch in the time it used to take just to draft a brief for a freelance web designer.
And that speed of iteration becomes the ultimate competitive moat. When the cost of spinning up a business drops to near zero, the winner is the founder who can run the highest volume of experiments and integrate the market feedback the fastest.
Just pure volume and speed.
But zooming out, as you said, this raises an important question. The industry is hyper-focused on founder leverage, but they're entirely ignoring the cascading effects of that leverage. The report actually highlights three massive, unasked questions about the broader ecosystem.
Okay, let's get into them. What is the first blind spot?
The first is labor, specifically the destruction of the entry-level career ladder.
Right.
If one solo founder with an AI stack can genuinely replace a team of 5, what happens to the junior copywriters, the customer service coordinators, the operations assistants?
The people who used to do those tasks?
Exactly. Those roles weren't just jobs. They were paid apprenticeships. They were how young professionals learned the actual mechanics of commerce. The staggering productivity gains we are celebrating for the solo founder are being extracted directly from the elimination of those entry-level roles.
Wow.
So the question is, if the bottom rung of the ladder is gone, how does the industry train the next generation of domain experts?
That is profound economic restructuring, and it's happening quietly, really quietly. What is the second big question?
The second concerns consumer trust. Historically, consumers have relied on a specific set of signals to gauge whether an online business is legitimate and reliable.
Like having a nice website.
Exactly. We look at the quality of the website design, the grammatical perfection of the copy, the speed and coherence of the customer support. We subconsciously equate a high-quality presentation with a trustworthy human operation.
But the AI just commoditized all of those signals. I mean, put yourself in the shoes of a shopper right now. You click an Instagram ad and land on a website. The design is absolutely immaculate. The copy is incredibly persuasive. You ask the live chat a question about shipping, and it gives you a perfectly tailored, polite answer in 0.2 seconds.
Flawless execution.
But if a scammer or a fly-by-night dropshipper can spin up that level of flawless professionalism in an afternoon using a prompt, do we eventually just stop trusting perfect storefronts altogether?
It creates a zero-trust environment. We may need to develop entirely new verification tools just to prove that a business has physical inventory and actual human accountability.
Which leads directly into the third and perhaps most complex unasked question: legal accountability.
The liability chain.
Right, because right now the legal framework for software is mostly based on the idea of a tool. If you use Microsoft Word to write a defamatory letter, Microsoft isn't liable. You are. But an AI agent isn't just a tool. It's taking independent actions based on high-level goals.
Exactly. When the agent crosses a line, let's say it hallucinates a product's safety certifications, resulting in a consumer injury, or it maliciously scrapes a competitor's copyrighted data to optimize your SEO, who actually takes the fall?
That's a great question.
Software traditionally hides behind a terms of service agreement stating it is provided as is. But if the software is acting as an autonomous agent negotiating contracts on your behalf, does traditional agency law apply?
Do we sue the founder who clicked approve while watching TV?
Right. Do we sue the automation platform that hosted the API connections? Or do we sue the massive tech company that trained the underlying language model?
And right now, the legal system has no clear answer to that. As a founder, you are absorbing an immense amount of undocumented liability every time you let that agent interact with the public.
It's a legal minefield.
So what does this all mean? If we pull all these threads together, the picture that emerges from this AI World Journal report is that the 2.00 AM fantasy is still just a vanity. AI agents are not replacing the founder. You cannot just type a prompt, go to sleep, and wake up rich.
Not yet, anyway.
Right. Instead, they are radically raising the floor of what a capable, highly attentive solo operator can achieve. Speed and leverage are the new baseline advantages.
Yeah.
But discipline, the rigorous discipline to audit the system, to curate the outputs, to catch the hallucinated supplier contacts, and the exaggerated bread pillows before they go live, that is your ultimate differentiator.
The technology is moving much faster than our ability to adapt our business practices or our laws. It brings unprecedented capabilities and entirely new failure modes in roughly equal measure.
Very true.
And as we look toward a near future where AI-generated storefronts, marketing campaigns, and customer service bots become flawlessly indistinguishable from the best human efforts, it leaves us with one final thought to ponder.
What's that?
If perfection becomes cheap, automated, and ubiquitous, will intentional imperfection, a subtle grammatical typo, a slightly slower response time, a quirky, non-optimized design choice eventually become the ultimate luxury signal? The only reliable proof left that you are actually dealing with a real human being.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.